Okay, well, switching gears now to politics not as usual in Washington, D.C. President Trump just cut a deal with Democrats.
And it's rattling Republican leaders. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now to show us the art of the deal. Dave.
You know, sometimes in this business you feel like you're living in an alternative universe, right? This is one of those days for me. Always anxious to have the advantage of surprise, President Trump may have pulled the ultimate shocker today, cutting a deal with the Democrats on key budgetary issues, leaving the Senate Majority Leader looking distressed while warmly greeting the Democrats at the White House.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nancy, Chuck. Appreciate it very much.
While President Trump was thanking the House Minority Leader, Nancy Pelosi, and Senate Democratic Leader Chuck Schumer for working with him on the budgetary issues, the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, was looking shaken during a meeting at the White House. On a flight to North Dakota later in the day aboard Air Force One, the president said this about working on other issues like DACA with the new Democratic friends, referring to them on a first-name basis.
Chuck and Nancy would like to see something happen, and so do I. And I said, if we can get something to happen, we're going to sign it, and we're going to make it. We're going to make a lot of happy people.
What's even more amazing is that came just a couple of hours after Chuck and Nancy blasted President Trump on the DACA issue.
We all agree that President Trump's decision to end DACA is a despicable act of political cowardice.
The president's decision to end DACA was heartless, and it was brainless.
Just minutes apart, House Speaker Paul Ryan praised the president on DACA.
So President Trump was right in his decision. He made the right call.
But soon thereafter, Republican leaders Ryan and McConnell were reportedly blindsided at that White House meeting where President Trump revealed that he had reached an agreement with the Democrats on a plan to raise the nation's debt ceiling and pushing the government shutdown deadline into December. Republicans had been holding out for a longer and more complex version of the debt ceiling plan, and the president apparently decided the Democrats' version addressed the immediate problem quicker. Senate Leader Mitch McConnell insisted he's on board with that.
I will be adding that as an amendment to the flood relief bill that's come over from the House on the floor, and I'll be supporting it.
But in another stunning irony, an irate Speaker Ryan, just a few hours before the White House meeting, ripped the Democrats' proposed debt ceiling bill, which the president later embraced.
I think that's ridiculous and disgraceful that they want to play politics with the debt ceiling. At this moment, what the leaders you just described proposed is unworkable, and it could put in jeopardy the kind of hurricane response we need to have.
President Trump followed up on his debt ceiling deal with the Democrats by holding a tax reform rally at a North Dakota refinery, where he called up the state's Democratic Senator Heidi Heitkamp, who flew out on Air Force One with the president.
Everyone's saying, what's she doing up here? But I'll tell you what. Good woman, and I think we'll have your support. I hope we'll have your support.
At the end of the day, this still photograph of Senator Schumer and President Trump embracing in the Oval Office and laughing together just kind of tells the story of another bizarre and unpredictable day in the nation's capital. Well, also news tonight on the DACA issue. 15 states and the city of Washington, D.C. filed a federal court lawsuit in Brooklyn today to block President Trump's plan to close down the program. But California was not one of them. State Attorney General Javier Becerra says he plans to file a separate lawsuit because he says more than 200,000 DACA recipients live in California. Jeff? Lena?
Yeah, well, you know, it is politics after all, so you kind of have to ask this question, this new relationship that Trump seems to have now with the Democrats. How long can this last, and what's it good for? What's going on
First of
here?
all, I'm not even going to guess how long this is going to last, okay? Could be 15 minutes, could be 15 years, who knows? But I do think he's doing this for several important reasons. Chief among them, his current coalition, built entirely of Republicans, wasn't working, and the president made it pretty clear that he blames the Senate and House leadership. He feels the health care fiasco was the fault of that leadership, and his feeling appears to be that if they can't do it, then maybe I need to build a different coalition across party lines and bring in some Democrats on some issues like DACA and the debt ceiling today. Furthermore, I think he was sending a message to that Republican leadership that if you aren't making my priorities your priorities, then I'll find a better way myself, because I'm the guy in charge now, and I won't be standing by and watching failure while we have the majorities. Lena?
All right, Dave, thank you.
Yeah.